up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl. I didn't been over here smoking reefer, smoking cigarettes at night. I can't cope with it. Smoking cigarettes at night. You won't help me quit. Smoking cigarettes. Hey. So let's see what is happening. Let's go to the jazz.
I sponsor the
Let me tell you something.
And brand. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know that you stopped by, please. Let's see. Here's I think this is a good, they have these little topics on, sometimes they post on, whatchamacallit, on, on the blogs, they'll post this only has 15 comments. It says, forgiveness does not require reconnection. Very, very true. Very, very true. Remember, we say the forgiveness is for you, not for them. Like, it's for you to be able to be like, girl, I forgive you, girl. But I that's something that I have to work on. Ooh, did you see that? That was so pretty. Yep, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yeah, forgiveness does not require reconnection. Like Uba with Bryn. Right? She was like, I forgive you, girl, because if I don't forgive you, that's gonna mess me up. And I have to forgive you. And it's not for you. And I don't have to fuck with you. That's the thing. Like, I can forgive the person, but I don't have to fuck with you anymore. And we keep saying forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. Like, girl, I forgive you. Like, because I can't hold on to that. I think that's healthy, Yeah. So just because I forgive you doesn't mean we need to be in connection with each other. Because people would bring up others I'm honestly cool on and no desire to reconnect. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Erica Mena speaks on her Love and Hip Hop firing and the network now allowing cast members to say whatever they want. And then she said that what the people are saying on Love and Hip Hop now is much worse than what she said to Spice. Oh my gosh, she's such a whack bitch. Listen to this.
Congratulations on Erica.
What's up?
Congratulations on your new reality show on Zeus Network, Two Ways.
I'm so excited.
When you were booted off Love and Hip Hop in 2023, did you ever think a little over 1 year you would be starring in your own reality show?
You know what's crazy? This was already going to happen. Me and Lemmy had already mapped this out right after my divorce. I was just contractually bound to Love and Hip Hop.
And it's so different from filming Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
The filming experience with Zeus.
Yeah.
The filming experience with Zeus and VH1 is completely different.
What's the difference?
It's not staged.
At all.
Like the way they did me, and then now what they're doing now, they're allowing, other casts to say whatever they want. That's, worse than what I said. The way they just out of nowhere wanted to now label me or, what they wanted to label me because someone went low and I decided to go to hell, based off of my kid. That is, it sucks.
Right. I used my kid as a scapegoat. Girl, I use my kid as a scapegoat, which that's the crazy part, you motherfuckers who do that. When somebody is talking about your parenting and then you scapegoat your child to be like, don't talk about my child, and try to act like you puffing up your chest and protecting your child when nobody is talking about their child, your child, they're talking about you. That is an example of why you are ain't shit parent. Because you're still using your kid as a scapegoat. And that's why people talk about your parenting. Because then you'll use your child and turn around and be like, oh, I did all of that because of my child. You was doing blue monkey because she said your child don't want to speak to you, girl. Girl, stop. Girl, you been girl. And then that's not the only time you done call black people monkeys. That's the thing. That's the thing. And the girls are tired. The same with Kanye. I was just talking about Kanye. The girl's not playing with you. Now you over there in a fucking, how old is Erica Mena? You over there in a fucking robe with a feather, like a feather boa around your neck with these glasses on and these fucking bright ass teeth and this piece of hair coming down with this old late ass hairstyle you got going on over there at Zeus. And then you also over there on Tubi. They said she over there on Tubi as well. In movies directed and produced by Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes. And worse than what you said, girl, I think she's talking about what's her name? I can't remember her name. The Haitian girl. What is her name? Flor. Is that her name? Florence. Her name is Florence. What she said about Amara La Negra. Let your black ass and something. The girls were on her too. I don't know if she'll be fired or asked back or whatever. But the way what you did, and you have a pattern, girl, fuck you, Erica Mena. You weak as hell. She's so weak to me. She never apologized to Spice or remorseful. That's why her pockets have holes in them. If you speak on my child, I'll talk about your unalived mama. Girl, you got so much mouth, but you have to use the word unalive. Girl, if you don't get your ass out of here. She thought she was bigger than the show and they humbled her. I never forget she didn't want to attend an in-person reunion with her cast because she was with Bow Wow and thought she made it, nor when she did Sin Dirty. Still no accountability. Why is she even in black spaces? I don't blame Erica. Spice went too far and already came in hot with an attitude. Erica was mad. She used her child as a scapegoat. She was really mad because that man cried over Spice. She crashed out the way that Evelyn crashed out, the way the girls Danny Lay, that's the way they all crash out. When they're like, oh my God. Who else crashed out? The girls be crashing out when they find out, like, oh my God, this guy is liking or showing attention to a woman who in all my life I've been told were ugly. So I've internalized that. And now because I need to be in proximity to a man, and this man, I don't know why you would marry, I don't know why. I don't even know why you would marry Safari. Stunt queen, both of y'all. She was upset because Safari cried over Spice. He ain't cried over me. And I had that man's baby.
Told Safari what was going on with you. His reaction was, oh my God, I wouldn't know what would happen to me if something happens to Spice. And I said, well, damn, I was your wife pregnant. Almost lost my life and our baby.
This is the same.
Why did you feel the need to compare us, though? Because at the time,
any woman would have.
And why? Why would you compare?
You're friends, and he felt that way. I was his wife, and he felt nothing.
That don't have nothing to do with me.
Girl, remember when she was climbing over those ladders trying to get into Safari's house? Erica meant what she said, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta meant to fire her. Simple. So she went to Zeus. Girl, please, your whole life is a walking L, but you want to call someone a zoo animal? Can't even pick a decent celebrity baby daddy. I just know she's a type to be miserable to everyone, yet cry herself to sleep at night for having such bad karma in the process. Zeus does pay more money than Love and Hip Hop, though.
I've been doing it for 14 years. Welcome to the club.
Girl, I've been doing it for
nowhere.
16.
Okay?
16.
Okay, with 16 your son that don't like you. My son loves me.
Still zero accountability. I said all her streams of income should dry up. And now she's on a show acting like she's looking for love from either men or women. Like, girl, and how old is Erica Mena? Like, how you're like Wes from the Real World Road Rules challenges. Like, I feel like she's just gonna keep doing, like, this is gonna be her job until she, and I don't know, until she ages out. But she's over there like in dressed like she's in a boudoir. 37. Yeah, you got a few more years, toots. I think this is gonna be her shtick forever. She over there with them big white ass teeth looking crazy as hell. Just crazy. But this is it. This is it for her. She was never remorseful at all. She meant what the fuck she said. She's a bigot.
You! Your son hates you, bitch! You monkey! You blue monkey! That car is your karma, bitch! You monkey! In the car.
She meant what the fuck she said. Just like Evelyn, they over there, they have those ways. And it's not even, and it's crazy because when it's a dark-skinned woman, it's always this, it's a monkey comment. Evelyn did the same exact thing with OG. So we're not going to act like that is not from a bigoted fucking place at all, because that's exactly where it comes from. So we're going to call you exactly what the name for what you did is bigotry. So we're going to call you a bigot. You don't want to be called a bigot because you know how disgusting it is. But you have that internalized hate for black women, dark-skinned black women in particular. And y'all crash the fuck out because some nigga done told you over time that your complexion had the protection. Shout out to Paul Mooney. You really thought that y'all really think that. And then when these men who you put so much stock in shows any type of admiration, adoration, attention, sexual attraction to a woman in your mind who you've been told is ugly monkey and all that other bullshit, that's from a bigoted place. So we're gonna call it what the fuck it is, right? Didn't the girl say watch your words? Yeah, we watching the words, and that's exactly what it's called. It's a bigot. You don't like what it's called, girl, but that's what it's called. Y'all don't like to be called the thing. You're demonstrating the behavior, but don't like to be called the name that is placed on that said behavior. While you up there with your fucking fluorescent teeth, looking a damn fool, girl. It says the Prince estate and Netflix have finally reached a deal for his documentary. Let's see what this says. This is from the Jasmine brand. The Prince estate and Netflix have come to a mutual agreement that will allow the estate to develop and produce a new documentary featuring exclusive content from Prince's archive. As a result, the Netflix documentary will not be released. This is like a historical information or whatever. Like they're just showing what they posted before. I'll put it on the screen. Let me save this. It says Prince's estate refuses to approve a 9-hour Netflix documentary, claims project's lengthy duration violates original agreement. So after years of speculation and negotiations, Prince estate and Netflix have reached a deal to produce a documentary about the legendary musician. That means the original Netflix production has been scrapped to make way for a brand new documentary about the late singer. The project has been in the works for some time, will explore Prince's life, music, and impact on pop culture. The deal marks a significant milestone for fans who have long awaited a comprehensive look into the public and private life of the enigmatic artist. The documentary is expected to feature never-before-seen footage, personal archives, and interviews with those closest to him. This collaboration first hit roadblocks when Prince's estate refused to clear it, claiming Netflix's 9-hour watch time for the doc violated the original terms. It's unclear how long the new production will be, but at least there is some progress. Prince's fans, y'all tune in. So 9 episodes, 9 hours. That was like a 9-hour documentary. Damn. nine episodes is really good. The state and Netflix won't be discussing Prince abusing women and him trying to deny his blackness in the 80s. Nothing will be better than Purple Rain. I'm sure that Prince is worth the 9 hours. Can they make a multi-episode miniseries? It's a 9-episode documentary, not just a continuous 9-hour. It's not going to run 9 hours. I mean, unless you binge watch it. but it's not gonna it's not gonna be 9 hours of just a continuous play unless you binge it. So what do y'all think? The state wants to do a watered down version of Prince. Yeah. I mean, I don't think a documentary about him, someone else would have to put out a documentary. And there's a lot of documentaries on YouTube about Prince and, going after the young girls, waiting until they're of age and then marrying them. Look at Mai Tai's story. That shit is crazy. Remember when Mai Tai had a baby, and I think Prince like lost it after that, because I think that these men who are talented and creative, when they like, I feel like I don't know how to say this, when I feel like because the baby wasn't perfect, I think that like that did something to him. You know what I mean? Because you're this person who has been able to create, like, just be a creative person, play all these instruments, be able to sing and dance and do all of these things, and people admire you and love you, and then you get with this girl who, go listen to Mai Tai's story with Prince. There's so many documentaries about Prince, and I think for a long time people didn't want to like acknowledge that Prince was also one of those men, as talented as he is, right? Just like we're talking about Irv Gotti, just, Russell Simmons, all these people who are talented, but also puffy, but also, and then this need and desire for other people to not like, to feel like because this person is so creative that it's impossible for them to be this disgusting. But we're all just who we are, and these are these people. That's why with 50 Cent like celebrating Irv Gotti, yes, while people have had great experiences with Irv Gotti, this particular person did not. So that doesn't mean that that person in that person's death cannot come out and say, hey, like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a level of understanding on why people do things, and you have to understand. Like, that's what I said in the video. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's appropriate. Like, even though it's not something that you would do, but you're like, yeah, I can understand why he did that. I can understand. I wouldn't do it, but I can understand why you did that. I get it. I get it. But then also saying these people like Prince and Michael Jackson and all of these men who, there's these stories about them and how they interact with girls, boys, and being like, yes, these are very talented people. That's why I said, when Beyonce better always keep her motherfucking nose clean, because, and it makes, it's the irony that she would marry Jay-Z, but then it's like, what will you do? Like, you have this admiration for an artist, and you hear about them and hear stories about them. You're like, damn. That's why you can't be so connected, like that kind of parasocial type of relationship with these artists, believing that your values align with theirs, like, just because you like their music. You know what I mean? Because they're so talented and they're creating music and they're being creative, and that is admirable. But also, because we are all both, That's the crazy part. We're not just one, we are all both. And so people have the capability to do what people have been alleged to do. They have the capability. And so when they die, or you people bring to the front what they've done, it's just like, yeah, that's part of who they were too. That's part of there are people, hundreds of people who have experienced this person. Everybody is not going to rejoice. Everybody's not going to have the best story. This thing where these men go after these young boys and young girls and wait till they're 18, and then that's why I feel like with Prince, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like what happened with Mai Tai and that baby, I feel like that really like fucked him up, because you're this admired kind of, everybody's admiring you, and then you get with this young girl, and then you have a baby, and the baby has all of these issues, and it, like they described it like, I don't know, you can go read about it. I feel like that fucked with Prince. I really do. I wonder if that's going to be in the documentary. I remember going to a slumber party when Purple Rain was out, and we were listening to on cassette, baby. We had the cassette opening the the insert. Girl, listen to Darling Nikki. We were like, oh my God. Oh my God. I think I was like, how old was I when Purple Rain came out? I was in elementary school or junior high school. We were like, masturbating with a magazine? What? We love Prince, child. We loved Prince and still do. And then you hear the stories about them, and you're just like, you guys are disgusting people. Awful people. You were awful to people. Or you messed with little girls, or you know what I'm saying? Or you were abusive, or whatever the fucking shadow side of the person, right? Whatever that is. And you're just like, ugh. It makes you just be like, ugh. And that's why I said, if we were to go through the catalog of artists and say, because they did this, take their music out of the catalog, we would be listening to fucking wind chimes. We would be listening to flutes and singing bowls. That would be the only thing. Birds chirping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't have a positive experience. And unfortunately, some of these not so, or these negative experiences with people are criminal. Like that's the part where you're like, okay, bro, we get the party, what is it? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. We get it. But y'all messing with kids, doing not consensual things, and messing with young girls and grooming girls. And it's like, girl, why y'all? What? Why? But when people have power, when people have resources, they don't always do the best things with them, and they abuse people and use that power and groom girls. I always think about Puffy. There's like that clip of Puffy talking to Cassie's parents when she literally wanted to be an artist, a musician. She really wanted to make music, and he's sitting there with her parents, promising them he is going to take care of their daughter, and he just turns her into a sex slave. Yes, the man that brought you, take that. Yes, he was over there, and then not only that, he's doing this and this and this and this and this and this and this. But we've also seen it too. We've also seen it, glimpses of it. And you're just like, ugh. Especially Puffy. You need to stay where you are.
Then I'm going to go to the car and dial 911 because you're going to jail, bitch.
Because, again, you think about them like, oh, yeah, you heard about Puffy being, going through the, being like, wanting to be the center of attention, having a big ego. We've seen it. But when you get into this thing where you are sexually abusing people, having these parties and people are not consenting, you know what I'm saying, or groping people or pushing people in, like just doing these things to people, it's just like, girl, this is too much. This is too much. So I don't know if a Prince documentary will have how he showed up with women, the positive effects of his effects on women and men alike, honey. But I don't think they will get into like it, because they're going to work with his estate. They're not going to put anything in there negative about him. That would have to come from somebody else. But again, you can go on YouTube. They're all over YouTube. And that's all that is with that. Okay, let's see what else is happening. Too Short urges Kendrick Lamar to skip the Not Like Us at the Super Bowl.
I just, girl, stop.
What? Skip it? Skip it? They don't want that to be on record. They don't want that to be on record for the musical history books. They really don't. I wonder what his rationale is, because that's more of a jab than doing it. He says Too Short is advising Kendrick Lamar to leave Not Like Us off his Super Bowl performance.
You must think about that one again.
Set list suggesting the Grammy-winning diss track has already made its impact. No, we need to just put a nail in the fucking coffin. He won all 5 awards. I just said that yesterday. I was like, who wins 5 Grammy awards? Not just 1 Grammy award, but 5 Grammy awards for a diss track, alleging that you are a certified pedophile and don't watch your daughters around him. Do y'all hear my stomach growling? He won a Grammy, not 1 but 5. Girl, that's a mess. And about to perform at the Super Bowl. Yes, it's impact. We need to put the T for the Super Bowl. He said, if I was him, I wouldn't do it because that's more of a jab than doing it. Despite Short's advice, the odds are against his wish. Kendrick won multiple Grammys for the song and even used it for his pre-show entrance. Do you agree with Too Short?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Somebody said, boy, if you don't blow the whistle, bye Too Small. Why would he skip performing a song that became a worldwide anthem? Just won him 5 Grammys and can unite folks across any arena anywhere. With that said, I'm ready to hear 80,000 people yell out a minor. Somebody blow the whistle. Suddenly everybody hates rap beef. Shut up. He should perform it twice just because we're going to need to hear it back one more time. If he don't blow the whistle somewhere else. Listen, I'm from the West Coast and I love Too Short like the rest of us. But this sounds like something an absolute hater would say. Somebody say, what? That's probably the only song of them white people know. Don't listen to him, Kendrick. What? That's the reason we're watching. He just won a Grammy for it. No, 5 Grammys. He has to do it for the culture. Baby, he just won 5 Grammys off that. Fall back. Do we have to go? Oh, we have to go, y'all. Yeah, it's time to go. I don't know what else is going on. Let's see. Girl, you just pay that man that money. She needs to read the lyrics to Fairy Tales by Anita Baker. Because isn't that what got her into the mess she's in now with that chiropractor? Exactly. That's so, girl. And that's why that white man was able to work her for her money. Right. Right. Who is Rachel Lindsay? Serious question. Girl, please. Nobody's listening to you. You married that white boy without a prenuptial agreement, and now you have to pay him $13,000 a month. Please move around. Exactly. Actually, ain't gonna hold you. I feel absolutely nothing when I hear Sade. Actually, I feel sleepy and a little bored. I said what I said. Don't at me. I can see why that white man took all her money. Girl, let's hear what Rachel Lindsay says, and then we'll go.
I can't get into her. I know that's a controversial take.
You don't like Anita
she
Baker?
Doesn't move, don't like is strong. She just, her music doesn't move me in that way. It doesn't reach me. I've tried. Wow. I've tried. And that is the era of music I can speak on. It's not that she's bad. It just doesn't resonate.
It's not that she's bad.
I don't want people to think that I don't think she has a beautiful voice. It's just the music and her songs
Doesn't resonate.
just don't resonate with me. I'm sure there's somebody who's a legend that's the same for you. There's got to be somebody who, because
before I get like just
right.
Let's think about this. A legend that I don't really fuck with their music.
Yeah,
that's like a black legend.
Yeah, it's
because
black.
We ain't talking about like
yeah.
I gotta think about it, but I would have to think. See, the thing about Anita Baker is this though. The music was so omnipresent.
I get it.
It's so omnipresent, like just throughout my entire life. Same old love, sweet love, all of that stuff.
I can't stand. I apologize. I think my mother used to play that all the time, and I was just like.
So you hear that nothing.
I do. I change it. I'm like,
oh, so maybe she has a negative association with it. Because did you hear what she said about her mother used to play it all the time?
Doesn't hit me the same way.
It sounds like she has a negative association with it through her mom listening to it all the time. I promise. I apologize. What is it called? I apologize. What are the lyrics to I apologize? Operator, get my baby on the line. Because just the other night, we had a horrible fight. I admit that I was out of control, but I still love my man with my body and soul. When the road gets rough, you say things you should not say. I never meant to treat my baby that way. I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. Oh, honest and true. Because I know I was wrong, so I sing this song I'm trying to get through and make it up to you. She has a negative association with Anita Baker, and it's probably because, did you hear her? Y'all heard her, right? I heard her. Listen. You gotta listen to people.
Throughout my entire life, same old love, sweet love, all of that stuff.
I can't stand. I apologize. I think my mother used to play that all the time, and I was just like.
So you hear that nothing.
I feel. I do. I change it. I'm like. But there's got.
Oh my God, Van sounds horrible.
There's got to be somebody.
I thought I'd be sounding horrible.
That you're like.
Oh girl, he sounds horrible. He sounds like he's dying, girl.
You don't like Caught Up in a Rapture?
No. No.
I think she has a negative association with her mom.
Okay. But I'm sure that there's somebody for you.
Stop saying that. Because I can't think of somebody. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's not a big deal. You don't fuck with Anita Baker. I mean,
you say it so harshly. It's just
you don't fuck with Anita Baker. The people are tearing her ass up. I mean, I tore her ass up too. She needs to read the lyrics to Fairy Tales. Let's read the lyrics to Fairy Tales, and then we're gonna go. That's what she should have been reading while she was on a TV show trying to find a husband, girl.
But keep my husband out of it.
Now he over there twisting her damn pockets. Ugh. I can't remember those stories, those things my mother said. She told me fairy tales before I went to bed. She spoke to happy endings, then tucked me in real tight. She turned my nightlight on and kissed my face goodnight. My mind would fill with visions of perfect paradise. She told me everything. She said he'd be so nice. He'd ride up on a horse and take me away one night. I'd be so happy with him. We'd ride clean out of sight. She never said that we would curse, cry, and scream and lie. She never said that maybe someday he'd say goodbye. The story ends as stories do. Reality steps into view. No longer living in paradise of fairy tales. She spoke about happy endings of stories not like this. She said he slayed all the dragons, defeat the evil prince. She said he come to save me, swim through the stormy seas. I'd understand the story. It would be good for me. You never come to save me. You let me stand alone out in the wilderness, alone in the cold. My story ends as stories do. Reality steps into view. No longer living life in paradise. No fairy tales. I don't look up I don't look for the pie in the sky, baby. Need reality now, said I. Don't feel the need to be pacified. Don't try it, honey. I know you lied. You never came to save me. You let me stand alone, out in the wilderness, alone in the cold. I found no magic potion, no horse with wings to fly. I found a poison apple, my destiny to die. No royal kiss could save me, no magic spell to spin. My fantasy is over. My life must now begin. Dorit too. You another one. Girl, y'all need to read this. It's the fairy tale is over. The fantasy is over. And it's like, and what's crazy is, the crazy part of it is, y'all see the story and read the story and see the fairy tales, how they don't pan out. And yet and still, what is that? I think, is that just you like hoping? I don't, what is that? How, I don't know what it is. You need to read those lyrics, girl. That's why you ended up on a game show trying to find a husband.
You better go find you a chiropractor.
And now you got to pay his ass. Girl, can you imagine? He's probably like over there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's the women who need deprogramming. It's the fairy tales, the fairy tales. I think that's it, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.